part B of this PSA, you have to create two methods. The first one is called reverse sound. What this method does is to reverse the sound of the calling object. So in here, you first have to create a copy of the calling object and then just reverse it. Okay. For example, the reverse of a sound is, so if your calling object has a sound sample array of 70, 45, 25, so if this is the calling object, what you need to do is first you have to create a copy of the calling object and then just reverse it. So you have a new object whose sound sample array will be 25, 45, 70. And this is what you need to return back to the caller. Okay. So in essence, if you reverse the sound sample array of a sound object, basically if you play that sound, the sound is reversed. Okay, the sound is reversed. And one suggestion about this. So when you reverse a sound, when you listen to it, it probably doesn't make any sense, right? It is very hard for our ear to tell if the sound is reversed properly or not. So I would highly recommend that you write a small program to verify or to just print out the value of the new sound that is reversed and check if indeed the sound is reversed properly. Don't just listen to it because it's very hard to tell whether the sound is reversed properly or not. Okay. The second method you have to create for part B is called the palindrome sound. What this method does is going to create some sort of palindrome, but it's based on sound. So palindrome is a type of words that are the same. Either you read from left to right or right to left, like kayak, race car. We're going to create a sound that is a palindrome. What that means is if you listen to the sound normally or you reverse it, they are the same. Okay. And the way we want to create this palindrome is by first we want to create the palindrome based on the calling object. Okay. So if you look at this method, it doesn't need any parameter because we can use the calling object and it's going to return the palindrome sound that we'll create. Okay. So the way it works is the following. So you have your calling object. If this is your calling object, supposedly if the sound samples are just like before, the first thing you probably have to do is you have to create an array, or create a, sorry, not an array, you have to create a sound that is double of the calling object, right? So you have to create a sound that is just double. So in other words, you should have 6 elements now, right? And for the first part, you'll copy the calling object into it. So the first part is 70, 45, 25. And for the second part, you'll copy the reverse of calling object. So you'll copy 25, 45, 70. And if you play this sound, it should be a palindrome of the calling object. So this is the sound you want to return. So this is the new object. So this is the new OBJ, and you want to return this sound. Okay. So this is the palindrome, and as you can see, in here you can definitely use the reverse sound method that you just created for part B. Okay. And also you need to properly test your methods, okay, by following the instructions in here. I think we have the same requirements on style and comments. Make sure you follow the suggestions in here, right? Make sure you format your code properly and pick the right names and put in the header comments. Okay. For the start points, you'll create a sound collage. Okay. So what it does is you have several sounds, you want to put them together. Similarly about how we created the picture collage. Okay, so you can definitely try to put in different effects into those sounds that you want to collage together. Okay, so use your imaginations and follow the instructions about how to name and where you put your code. Okay, make sure you include some of the descriptions about your start point so the graders can understand what you did in the start point. Okay, I think that's about it for this PSA 7. Have fun.